The Ford Transit, you could either have the single DIN, which is the basic stereo here, or you could have the 4-inch little screen or the big 8-inch. So this one being the single DIN, all you have to do is just pry her off around the corners. I usually start at the bottom, then work, once that pops out, work around until the whole thing pops off. And then you unplug everything. So you've got two plugs on either behind here. You've got the hazard plug, you've got the AC plugs, and you've got the stereo plugs. If you've got the one with the screen, the only difference is obviously there'll be something up here to pop off, and they will have 3 T20 screws. So that's what you'll need to unscrew, those 3 screws at the top, and then you can pull the whole thing out. You need to put the stick down to give space, and then you get behind here, unplug everything. See, I've already unplugged everything. So like I said, the stereo plugs here. You have a couple of extra ones if you've got the bigger screen, because obviously you have the extra GPS and DAB and extra USB and whatnot. This model's only got the USB here, which is this black plug. That's for the USB. But if you've got the higher model, you'll have an extra USB here. So you'll have 2 of this style. You can only connect 1, unfortunately. So you've only got 1. You can either choose that one or that one. But then obviously there is the extra USB that comes with the unit, so you still have 2. You will have, your harness will look quite wide because it's got 2 styles of plug for whichever unit you've got, one for one, one for the other. But you just want to make sure this one will only go into one side, so it's got 2 for both models. Just make sure this black box is plugged in. Make sure that's plugged in on both sides. See, there's 2 plugs, so both of those have got to be plugged in, otherwise things like steering wheel controls, etc. won't work. So if it's not working, that's probably why. And you also need to make sure your little 4-pin CAN bus plug, which is that one there, 8-pin, sorry, 4-pin top, 4-pin bottom, that 8 one has to be plugged in, or you also won't get steering wheel controls. So you go ahead and plug these in. So I've plugged in my harness. Ignore it about both sides. On this one, there's only one that needs to be plugged in. So 1 plugged into the CAN bus box. If you've got a reverse camera, you'll plug this in to the CVBS. If you haven't got a reverse camera, just plug that short one. Still plug it in, but just plug it loose onto the back of the unit, because it helps with the Bluetooth. Or if you're putting an aftermarket camera, just make sure you put that and that connects to that. You can ignore this one. It's used for other Ford models. Obviously, main power plug here, antenna cable, 2 USBs in the middle, and the CAN bus plug, which is the important one here. That's one you need for steering wheel controls, etc. So make sure that one goes in. This one's not used, and this long one, I only really use it for microphones usually. So it's this one. Microphone, I've plugged in a microphone cable, and then I've just passed it down here behind the steering wheel. So I've pulled these panels off and passed it behind here, and it's going up there and up there. So that's how I do them. And then I also use this for the SIM card holder, which I put in the glove box here. So there's a SIM card holder, one of the USBs, pass those up here to this, and the other USB is obviously the factory USB, which is that one. So we're going to use that one as well, the 4-pin, and then I've also put the extra 6-pin. With the aerials, so the blue plug and the pink plug, you can stick them anywhere. You don't need to overthink it. They can be stuck down literally anywhere. I've literally just stuck them in the sides and the back here, on top of something if you don't want it to fall off. But it doesn't matter, as long as they're stuck down anywhere underneath, as long as it's not underneath metal, it's fine. And then that's all the wires, so we just need to plug everything back in and the new wires in. With the frame, you've just got to pop the old stereo out. It should be pretty obvious. It's just clips at the top, bottom and the sides. It can be a bit of a pain to get out, so I recommend starting on the top, then the side, then the bottom, and then finish on the side. And then the new screen, I've just pushed it in from the front, sticking out the back, and then you're going to use your little plastic pieces which came like this in your package. Make sure you don't lose those. You will need these or something similar to screw in here on each side, left and right. They are shaped slightly differently for left and right, so make sure you got them the right way around. And then you're just screwing those in both sides. Already done that side. Once those screwed in, it's ready to go. I have everything plugged in. Just a quick note about the radio one, which is this one. If you're not getting very good signal, or if you want to just do it anyway for good measure, you plug in the radio antenna booster, which is this rectangular one, and but the blue wire you do need to join to the blue wire on here marked auto antenna. So antenna to auto antenna, and that will power the antenna and give you a stronger FM radio signal. And obviously, if you've got the model with DAB, factory DAB, it's going to have another extra one of these FACRA radio ones, one extra one for the DAB. I think it might be white. And obviously that's where you put in your DAB FACRA to SMA, DAB receiver plus receiver, and that goes into one of the USBs. Other than that, the wiring's all done, ready to go.